Hello everybody. So in this video we will discuss about how you can use your ControlLogix as a Modbus client, and for that what you need to do, you can go to Google, and over here you can search Modbus AOI, and once you search it you go to Rockwell website, and this you need to download this Modbus TCP add-on instruction. So you hit download, agree, and it's downloaded right here. So you open that, say yes, and it's asking where you want to put those files. So I will select downloads and I will extract over there. So once you have done that, I go to downloads and it's over here. So you need to extract this file right where it is, and it will give you three: logic, manual, and visualization. So in the logic you have these exported rungs. On the manual you have TCP client, server, and visualization. So we're gonna use client for now. I will use browser. Open this manual. So according to this manual, once you started, these are the bit level commands which we will discuss later. But over here, I want to point out to one thing, that for this Modbus TCPI implementation, you need to use periodic task with the rate of 10 millisecond or higher. So what we're gonna do, as on the screen in my camera, you can see I have L73 processor at slot number 0, and Ethernet IP is at slot number 1. So I'm gonna use here Modbus client, and over here it will be 1756 L73 processor that I have. You hit next. My firmware version is number 32, and slot is L7 slot chassis I have. So this A7 is a slot of my chassis. So as you can see on camera, total slots I have here from 0 till 6 is total 7. And you hit finish. It's going to create your project. And on the other hand, as a slave, I'm using this Modbus slave application. And meantime, it's creating that. On the setup side, slave definition, I have slave ID at number 1. Over here, the displayed function is my holding registers with 0 and 10 is total quantity. So this address 0 means in PLC address it's 40001. So if we're talking about this 0, we're talking about 40001, like that. So you will hit OK over here. We don't need anything else on this side. Let's wait until this will create my project. And once that project is created, you need to make sure you are creating a periodic task according to the menu. There you go. It has set up. Now before we go forward, I want to show you that on communication side, you have select communication path also. So it says to project is to open, close the project. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna save our project first. We close it, and then we can select to RS links classic or factory talk links, up to you. Now I will open it again. Modbus client. Now we're gonna create a task, periodic task, which is periodic here, and I'm gonna give it as Modbus underscore client. And this one I can put it to 20 millisecond. Now under this task, we need to create a program now. That program can be my main client. And now if you see under the program, I do not have any rungs like this. So I need to add a new routine, which can be just client. Now we do have this project pane where we're gonna import that rung that we downloaded, and the import rung we're gonna put import on TCP client rung. You hit open, and according to the manual, once we import that, we can change the name and replace it as well, but we do not need to do. We will just leave it the way it is. And once it will accept all in it, you will have now AOI, and it will create all relevant file that was exported with it. So over here now, what we're gonna do, if we will follow manual, we can follow manual as well. It's telling every single thing, but I'm gonna just show you straight. On the reference connection, we need to set up the connection. So you can either go to monitor over here. It will take you to the client parameters. You expand that. Now this slot is your slot of Ethernet card. If you check here on my camera, my Ethernet card slot is number 1. So I'm gonna put here slot is number 1. This address in this ControlLogix I do not need to put, because according to their description, which they have given here already, use only for the controller with more than one local IP address. So I do not have, so I will leave it blank. This destination Modbus slave that I'm using, so I'm using it on my computer, this application. So I will use my computer IP address. So 192.168.1.219. Okay. If you have any device, so you will give device IP address. And now destination port gonna be 502. You leave it the way it is. On the transaction side, on transaction number, this element number 0, we want this transaction to be enabled, and I want communication in 200 milliseconds. Now transaction code, they're telling what these codes mean over here. Number 1 is coil reading, number 2 is discrete input, number 3 is holding register. So over here we are reading holding register, so I'm gonna put number 3 over here. Station ID is number 1, because over here when I showed you, station ID is number 1 over here. And now address begin with, it will be 0. This is the destination from where we are reading it, so number 0 we are reading from. And how many elements I am reading from it, number of items, so I'm reading total 10. And begin over here, I will put it in 0 for now, and that's all about it. Let's save the program, go to communication side, who is active. So over here, if I expand this, I will wait couple seconds, and it will show me which ones are available, which ones are not. You click on auto browse. So now you can see this blue is keep going like that. That means it's searching. Now the only PLC I have available is my ControlLogix. If I expand this under the backplane, this is my processor. And I showed you it's a A7 slot, so 0 till 6 become 7. Let's download this into my processor. Hit download. Once it will download, it will ask for if you wanna put your controller in run mode. It's finalizing downloading now. And there you go. Done downloading. Change controller mode back to remote run. Yes. So if I go to client side, I will enable this, put 1 here, and you can say status is enabled, but nothing is happening. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this over here and slave over here. I will go to connection side, connect. Under this Modbus TCP IP, I put my computer address that the one we gave over here in parameters, right here. And as soon as I'm gonna hit OK, it will say here system status will be connected. There you go. So now to check the data is coming or not, what we need to do is we'll go to either in controller tags, or you can go to client data. You can right click on it and monitor. And under the client data, we are reading holding register. So if I put here 25, you can see 25 came over here. And we're reading 10. So if I put here 50, the 50 will come on number 9. So that way you can use your ControlLogix or CompactLogix PLC as a Modbus client, and you can read the data from the slave devices or the server. That's all about it. Thank you.